Greetings to all. Today's topic will be on art integration and experiential learning in biology for class 6th and 10th of the CBSE syllabus. We shall study in the following PPTs how biology could be integrated as a form of art and how children can learn by their own experience. Competency-based education. That is the catchword of CBSE in our schools. What do we mean by that? It simply says that learning should be joyful and also it should be innovative. That is possible when we integrate our subjects with arts, sports activities, etc., which might promote reflection, critical thinking, creativity, initiation, self-direction, and other 21st century skills. All this is done to make our children of the present day to be ready as citizens of next 10 years to come. We might empower them with competencies, that means skills, which are essential to understand, analyze, evaluate, interpret, and innovate various life situations and adjust according to the changing world. So, for this, the thrust in the school learning is on experiential learning, art integrated learning, which are the most important techniques in the classroom transaction. We feel that this will help them to imbibe Indian ethos through integration of Indian art and culture. And by this, teaching becomes more interesting and learning becomes more useful for our children. We will try to now differentiate four important concepts that CBSE has introduced in our syllabus. Now, here art education, and we also have art integrated learning. We also have art integrated project. Then we have experiential learning. Now, this might set in some kind of confusion in many and most of the teachers. First of all, let's say art education is one of the subjects in the school which is handled by art teachers, specially trained in art. Now, art integrated learning refers to the method or the pedagogy of teaching. That means how we teach a particular subject. This talks more about the methods of teaching rather than art itself. Art integrated project refers to any assignment given to children in which they do some research and prepare a project report using different activities including art. It may be visual art, it may be performing art, or it may be computer based art. And then experiential learning indicates that children must have hands-on experience. Both art integrated learning and art integrated project require hands-on activities by which children goes through large and different types of experiences, which is commonly called experiential learning. So you have to differentiate between these four ideas that we normally use in our classroom activities. In this PPT, we shall examine uh, some areas. Let's say people say, uh, then people also say cooking is an art. Then some people say surgery is an art, while others say poetry is an art. While some people say acting is an art, for others singing is an art, and even speaking is an art for many people. Driving a car is also an art. So what all these things indicate? If you put that question, we will come to a conclusion that all these things will indicate there is some innovation, there is some creativity, there is imagination. So art refers to innovation, creativity, imagination. So when we think of art integration learning, that means children should learn things in an innovative way, in a creative way, in an imagination in which children learn many things which they will not learn by ordinary lessons given by teachers. That may be what we can refer to as art integrated learning. Okay, so we shall try to examine this further and see what best we can learn from that. Arts in curriculum. The word curriculum refers to sum total of all the activities that children undertake in the classroom. If you look at this image, in this central idea would be art. Art should be combined with science. Art should be combined with languages. Art should be combined with environmental studies. Art should be combined with social science. Art should be combined with mathematics. That means art becomes the center of all subjects in which children try to imbibe certain competencies which might help them in future. We shall now try to understand broad meaning of art. Now, art is a diverse range of human activities involving creation of visual, auditory, or performing artworks which express creators' imagination, conceptual ideas, or technical skill. The term art encompasses diverse media such as painting, sculpture, printmaking, drawing, decorative arts, photography, computer graphics, storytelling, dramatics, dance, and other forms of art. Art also called visual art. It is also known as performing art. That means we have two different major art forms. One is called visual art visual art, and second is normally called the performing arts. In all these things, the most important thing will be expression of skills and imagination. So art indicates expression, display, imagination, and innovation. The art-based project in each school should be given based upon their geographical position. That means which state the school is situated, and that state should tie up with another state in our country, and the CBSE has given guidelines on that. In this case, Kerala is going to tie up pair with Himachal Pradesh. That means the students of Kerala should be able to understand the life and the lifestyle of Himachal Pradesh. Similarly, Himachal Pradesh children will understand about Kerala, and this comes under the scheme called Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. For this project, subject teachers along with art teachers must plan and discuss various projects coming under different subjects and find out theme of study for their students. So this will be conducted under the topic Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. Hope teachers will try to follow this, and Kerala teachers will help children to understand the life of people living in Himachal Pradesh by introducing art integrated project and art integrated learning. The learning model called art integrated learning is a NCERT innovative. NCERT has introduced that in the NCF 2005, and their position paper tells music, arts, dance and theatre may be used for teaching children, and this model is designed to promote experiential learning where every child gets an opportunity to go through art experience. It may be visual or performing art. So this will certainly help children to experience art in their own classroom, learning various subjects. This model was proposed by NCERT, and now CBSE has adopted this model under the name AIL, or Art Integrated Learning. We shall examine that little more in detail in the PPTs. Art integration happens from class 1 to class 12. In the first condition, students of class 1 to 8 will be encouraged to take at least one art integrated project that is transdisciplinary. That means children will have 5 subjects. Any single project will have to can use all the 5 subjects, and that is called transdisciplinary project. That will be one project in one academic year. This can be done by a group of children. Group of 4 or 5 children can take up one project. For classes 9 and 10, they will take up at least one art integrated project in each subject. In mathematics, in English, in second language, and in science, in humanities, art, in all the subjects, they will take up one project, use arts of different forms, and also enrich their subjects. And this will be used for internal assessment. That means outcome of the project in the form of paper, in the form of report, in the form of painting will be used for internal assessment both at class 1 to 8 level, at 9 and also 10 level. We have not taken discussion here for 11th and 12th because we are limiting this only to secondary school level. How to plan and approach art integration in classes. It is recommended that class 1 to 12 will follow art integrated learning way to discuss and learn their subjects. AIL is a methodology in which teachers will have to deliver their lessons. AIP refers to Art Integrated Project. This will be a kind of assignment given to children where they will work independently or in groups to find out something new, something different which they have learned in their class. And in that project, as discussed earlier, class 9 and 10 will work on every subject that is present in the curriculum. That means a class 9 and 10 child, every child will produce reports in mathematics, in science, in humanities, in English, in second language. Whereas class 1 to 8 children may produce one project work which might combine all the subjects in the curriculum. It may be individual or it may be group wise. But for all these purposes, children will have to use an approach of learning called art integrated learning. And we shall find out what is AIL. Art integrated learning, or AIL, is a teaching learning model which is based on learning through the arts, with the arts. It is a process where art becomes the medium of teaching and learning, a key to understanding concepts within any subject of the curriculum. I have given two examples in biology. Here is a diagram of bacteria. It is a painting. It is not a photograph, it's a painting, and the painting is shown here in the form of a photograph. In this one, chromosomes are shown. These chromosomes, what we see here, are all painted. That means children learn how to paint it. While painting, they will try to read the content and understand what it is. So art becomes a medium where children learn the content. So this type of learning through arts is referred to AIL or art integrated learning. That means whatever the concept they study, whatever the subject they study, they will try to relate, they will try to explain, they will try to understand, display their understanding with the help of arts. It may be drawing, it may be painting, it may be talking, it may be skit, it may be any other form. And that type of learning is often called art integrated learning. Some ideas depicting you how different art forms are used to express their learning. Here is a line drawing. That line drawing shows a locomotive. It is a representation. Here is old pieces of paper and photographs, and that has been pasted on a heart-shaped model, and that's called collage. And here is the cartoon form of expression. You can understand the dialogue between them by looking at the picture. Sculpture. Here, stone is now used to show a form of Indian god. Painting is used to show trees. One can say it may be autumn where the leaves are fallen. Here thread is used to show a butterfly. Here also a thread is used to show the heart model. And cut and paste is another technique. So here are some ideas how art integrated learning can happen. Any concept, any idea, any information learned in the classroom can be explained, displayed, or discussed in different forms of art, and that will become AIL or art integrated learning. AIL has been discussed in CBSE, and CBSE has indicated we have to use 4 important steps in initiating AIL. Step 1, selection of a topic or a theme from the previous knowledge they have learned in the classroom. For example, if you are teaching on plant, they can use root as a theme, and that is the starting point. You select a topic. In step number 2, providing creative inquiry or inquiry opportunities to hands-on learning. In this case, there will be hands-on experience. That means children will have to do some kind of a research, some kind of an observation, some kind of a study. Now say, in this case you have selected root. Children might collect some 10 different types of root. They can paste it, find out how the roots appear, how the roots differ, how they are similar. They can record all those things. All that will become hands-on activity. That is step number 2. In step number 3, assessment of students involved. That means teachers should be able to know how much of information data or research children have done on the particular topic given to them, and then encourage them to do more. Then comes step number 4, where reflection of new learning, whatever children have learned by their experience. You please understand, by their experience, by doing their activity, by observing something, by studying something, they must have learned something, they reflect upon that. That means they will find out what is the use of that, how we can use the subject, what is the difference between what they have learned in the classroom and what they have studied. That kind of reflection takes place. That means at every stage, all the information gathered by the children by their own effort will be taken, and they try to reflect upon that. And this type of study, that is AIL, includes 4 important steps. We shall discuss this little more in the next. Whatever the 4 steps we have seen in the often referred to as experiential learning. It is a process of learning through experience. We have taken the example of the root there, and children have collected different types of fruits and they examined it, collected data. Like that, you can give any topic for children to, it may be an activity, it may be a dance, it may be a painting, it may be anything that children do on their own. And then they will discuss it upon and find out what they have learned, and that's called reflection. And hands-on learning is the one that normally children perform, either by painting or by drawing or by reading or by collecting or by experimenting, or do anything other than just listening only. If the students can involve themselves to produce something, that's called the product, and they will try to understand what they have done. In this approach, knowledge is created. That means children create knowledge, and that is normally called experiential learning. AIL, Art Integrated Learning, especially, is a form of learning where experience counts a lot, and that is the major thrust for learning. Experiential learning, this particular concept was introduced by Kolbe, an American scientist. He describes what experiential learning. Let us see. Feeling, that means concrete experience. As you see, hands-on activities will give children the feeling. And the feeling will be either they will be watching, they'll be feeling, they'll be discovering. All this will happen when children observe or watch. And this watching will allow them to have observations, which is called reflective observation. That means they will try to question what they have learned is right or wrong, what they do, etc. So that will help them in thinking and also watching. And this helps in assimilating the information what they are watching, what they are observing. This allows them also to think about whatever they are doing, whatever they are asking, and there will be small questions will be asked by the teacher at this time. And then they again redo or think again, and that will be once again doing something which they have done already in the previous thing. That means experiential learning will take the children to observe, think, then do again, then think again. So this type of cycle goes on. In all these things, their experience will help them to learn something, produce some thinking, or create some thinking, what is called construction. Construction of ideas takes place in experiential learning. Here you see an approach. This will tell you how a teacher can approach teaching when you use art integrated learning. Let us start with one. This is the first one. You engage the children. That means you make children to, to work. The shift will start from I tell, that is teacher telling, to student interaction. That means teacher will ask some questions or teacher will initiate discussions, and then on any subject, on any topic, on any experiment, on any experience, and that is called engagement. You engage them in learning of a particular topic. That is the first activity a teacher does. The second activity will be exploration. Children will explore, they find out what they are doing, what is in their hand. It may be, for example, a small piece of chalk piece, right? A piece of chalk or a candle burning. When the teacher asks them to do something, observe something, children start exploring. It may be it may be a research using the internet. They explore, they find out whatever topic has been given, they collect information on them. That is called exploration. Then comes the third one called the explanation. Now children are explained, or they are made to explain whatever they have explored, whatever they have discovered. That is the stage. That is, when to explain something, they have to construct their own ideas. They have to use their own experience. It is not given by teacher. As I told you earlier, here teacher telling, teacher telling or teacher talking shifts from student doing. It goes for listening to doing type. This is what the 5E approach will help you to do. Then comes to extension. So whatever children have learnt, one or two or observations will be extended. In this case, both teacher and the students, or the whole class whole class will participate in extension of the idea. And then comes teacher and students together will find out what they have learned. It is sometimes called reflective thinking. They find out what is that they have learned during this particular period, and that is the reflection. So reflection refers to rethink about what they have learned. This approach is called 5E approach. This is used in teaching all subjects in these days, and that will help us to lead to what is called art integrated learning. Whatever you do, this will help you to develop and give your lessons in a innovative way. art integrated learning help us to make connections in an innovative way. We teachers actively seek to make connections between plants and other areas, especially in biology. Since we are talking biology, we will find out how the topic of the day we can connect it to various levels or various types of activities. That is, we seek to make connections. And it may be connecting to sports, you may connect it to architecture, connect it to medicine, connect it to engineering, connect it to design, you may connect it to culture or life, whatever you want, you can try to connect it. That means the topic will be connected in one way or the other to other areas, and that will be done by conversations, by discussions, and children will try to understand during discussions. So I developed a program for that called 3D format. In the 3D format, there will be a kind of a cycle like the D1, D2, D3. This will be a kind of a cyclic activity. Whichever the D you utilize, then it will lead to second one. Supposing you start with a diagram. Let's say you start your lesson with a diagram. In that diagram, you will ask questions, children will learn, they will tell what they understand, and that will lead to a dialogue. And that dialogue may be between student to student, the dialogue or talking, or it may be student to group, or it may be teacher to one student, or it may be teacher to the whole class. So this type of dialogue may happen, and further discussion may happen on the subject, connecting various activities. So this type of teaching continues in the classroom, and this is what we call D3 format, and that D3 format will be used in making connections. This will help them, either they can display their learning using any form of art. They may use drawing, they may use sketches, they may use simple act, they may converse. One example I will give you. While teaching parts of a cell, I made five children to become roles. One child became the nucleus, the second child became the centrosome, the third child became the Golgi body, the fourth child became the mitochondria. I made them to explain what is their function, and thus the whole class was listening to that. As they were listening, another set of children were made to draw diagrams, and thus the art forum was used, and children were able to understand that they were enjoying, they were learning. There were no strictness in the classroom. It was all a very happy going. That kind of joyful learning was there in the classroom. The classroom, art integration in the classroom, we normally do students to be encouraged to draw, to explain concepts. Whatever they learn, we may make them to explain that, drawing small simple sketches using strokes, then using paint, etc., which they have learnt in their art art education. Art teachers must have taught them. Students will be encouraged to use cut and paste methods. So here also we may do many things. I will give you one example here. When I was teaching germination, I made children to cut paper in the form of seeds, germinating seeds, plants, roots, etc. Small papers. They pasted on the small another paper. For example, if this is the cardboard they have taken, they have cut different parts like seeds, and they have cut something coming out of the seed like that. Like that, they keep on cutting the shapes and pasting it. That is cut and paste model. That may be given as homework, and student may be encouraged to role play. You can make children to learn some function, structure, whatever you have taught them, ask them to come and explain it as if they are a part of it. In this case, a student may come and say, I am a seed, I am inside the wet soil. Within 3 days, my hard coat will come out. I will become a young, small plant. Children, we will explain them to write scripts for a dialogue. Whatever the role playing, children can use English language and write small scripts, a dialogue to explain whatever they have seen. So thus, teaching will use different forms of learning, and that will be definitely, it will be called art integrated learning, because they will be doing different activities rather than listening only to teacher. That will be innovative way. What resources we need to do art integrated learning? It will not be very expensive things. We may collect old paper and newspaper magazines which contain some stories, some pictures, etc. We may collect old newspapers for cutting and pasting activity. We may use old cloths, etc. to certain hang or paint something on the clothes. We may use many types of ribbons, we may use threads, we may use strings, anything that is available. We may develop a small corner and that corner we may call it resource corner. You can call it resource corner, where children come and dump or collect materials, they can bring it. And they may use fish, they may use many things. Whatever you find it is useful to the class, children will bring it and you can put it on the table, and that will become the resource center, and then we can plan how we can use these bottles. We will try to explain that in detail. I have shown here some images, art in the meaning that we can use children for various purposes. Here you see an image where children have painted many things. They're so happy and show their activity. Here, two girls are trying to exchange their ideas in the form of a dialogue. Like this, I will show you some some pictures which will self-explain them what they are doing it in next. Okay, now you look at these two pictures and try to explain to me what they are doing. That is one way you can learn what art integrated learning would be. You can put a picture like that in the classroom, ask children to explain what they are doing, record it, and write one or two small sketches to explain what they are doing. We can continue like this. Here again, some activities are shown. Here one teacher is doing some clay sculpture work. Assembly is formed into a formation. Like this, you can do many activities in the classroom. All this will lead to some kind of new, innovative, highly enjoyable experience that will certainly maybe given a title as art integrated learning. Here again I have shown art in the classroom. In one of the diagrams in the left side you have seen how children have painted various houses in a village and they have shown it in an exhibition forum. In the second picture they are trying to enact and some kind of a screen they have put and they are trying to explain what they are doing. All this type of activity will be away from listening. They will be participating, they will be experiencing, they will be explaining. All this form of art will lead them to experiential learning. That will be one of the way where we can integrate art in the classroom. Here you see a group project. You can certainly look at how children are very happy to present their material. In a biology class, they have made to show how teeth are arranged. Here they have used clay and also some small pieces of white chalk piece to show it as the teeth. Like that, we can integrate learning of the class, whatever they learned in the class, the curriculum or the topic or the subject may be integrated with the art here, art forum. So this will be definitely, and this will explain to you how art is integrated in learning. If you give this as an activity and do little more extended work, it becomes art integrated project which children can show. This is an example of a art integrated project where group of children have participated in showing the dental structure. Uh, we may do it in different ways. Art integrated learning is introduced all over the world today. Now here is just a reading I will show you. In 2010, UNESCO has introduced art education has an important role to play in the constructive transformation of educational system that are struggling to meet the needs of learners rapidly changing world characterized by remarkable advances in technology on the one hand, interactable social and cultural injustice on the other. That means even in other countries, art integrated learning has become the center of learning. Therefore, we in India, in our classrooms, we can try to use it in some class or in some forum. Art integration will learning may lead them to many skills, cognitive skills like thinking, recalling, and reflecting. It might help them to develop certain affective or social movement, how to behave. We may call it the imbibe behaviors, how to behave, especially if you are doing activities of the culture, culture oriented activities, then they may be able to imbibe behavior. They may learn some psychomotor activities. That means how they can find out what kind of postures they have to stand, how to sit down, how to do certain things. All these things will be learned by doing activities when you plan your teaching in a innovative way using art as a forum or a part of your teaching approach. And all this is said in the National Curriculum Framework of 2005, and we will be utilizing that in our classrooms. Art integrated learning becomes the main focus in our classrooms today. What is that teachers have to do to practice the method called art integrated learning? What is that you have to do? First thing is we have to build up our capacities, build up our skills, skills in dialogue, skills in asking questions, skills in explaining things. So this kind of skills we have to build up, that we may call it capacity. That means we have to move from telling concepts, telling ideas in the class, and then we have to move to use some art form, maybe to start the class with a diagram, maybe to start the class with a dialogue, maybe you have to start the class with a discussion. That means we have to build up our capacities, build up our skills. Then we have to plan our lessons. Lecturing is very easy, but using different activities, one needs to be planned. You have to plan your time. Imagine you have only 40 minutes in a classroom. Then you must find out how you have to plan the entire lesson, how much time you have to show, or how much time you have to use for children to interact, how much time they have to draw. Or you may use the entire year of learning, that is the what we call yearly planning. In the yearly planning, you have to integrate at least how much time children will use on art integrated learning activities. This planning is required. As a school, principal, teachers may sit together and plan their activities. You must plan your resources. If you want, you make children to visit some places where a lot of information is available, what they can see. For example, an art gallery. You can take them. Children may see many things. You may take them to a museum. You may take them to a laboratory. You may take them to a hospital. In all these, they are all the resources of information, and how they collect information, how they use it to show some kind of art and exhibit their learning. You have to plan that. And you know how to manage the classroom. When you start with art integrated learning, there may be some kind of a noise. The children will not sit down, lips closed. They will be moving up and down. They will be talking. There will be some noise in the classroom, and you must know how to control it. Classroom management becomes very important in art integrated learning. Then you must also think of how you can involve the community. There may be a very good painter in your area, or there may be a very good singer, a very good dancer. You can bring them to the classroom and make them to participate in the classroom. For all these things, you require a good planning. So, art integrated learning, if you want to utilize in the classroom, of course, every teacher can do it, but it requires a practice. You must know how to plan it out. You may do one or two mistakes in the beginning. When once you start practicing it, that becomes your cup of tea. You can enjoy it. I hope you will do this in your classrooms. Here I tell you acknowledgements. I am very grateful for the authors of materials I have collected from various resources. I have taken content from different sources. I have taken ideas from internet. I have taken ideas from NCERT papers. I have taken other resources from CBSE resources. So I have taken some content and presented it to you in the form of PPT. The content in this used only for the purpose of sharing. I have not used it for any profit making. Therefore, I am very grateful to all the authors. Teachers need to make efforts, plan, and execute art integrated learning in your classroom. Remember, art integrated learning is a methodology. Art integrated project is the type of assignments you can give it to children. Art integrated project will be time bound. Art integrated learning is everyday activity in the classroom. Thank you all. Greetings. Good luck. Greetings from me to you.